All right, so hi everyone. I'm really excited to be here today. My name is Nico. I'm the tech lead at Code49, a German-based app developer, and I will present you Deep Clone for Jira, which is our app for cloning issues and projects in Jira. We call it Deep Clone because we can clone whole issue trees, and also we clone everything in the issues like attachments, comments, links, subtasks. Basically, everything that can be cloned will be cloned by Deep Clone, and the same goes for projects. So obviously, it's a big app with many use cases, and I chose to focus on one small use case for the demo today, which is the onboarding process of a big company. So let's say we have a big company with new employees every week, and there is a very precise onboarding project with some tasks to be done by the new employees. And because the company loves Jira, of course, the onboarding process is documented as a Jira project with a few tasks in it. So you can see here my template for onboarding new employee and a few tasks, like the first one, having lunch with the CEO. Obviously, that's quite important, so it has the highest priority. And a few other tasks like the epic paperwork with like reading security policies, signing code of conduct, etc. You can see because it's a template project, I have some placeholder to be replaced later when I clone the project with the actual name of the employee. And I also have some stories for the hardware setup. You can also see that I'm using a custom field, days to complete, which is basically documenting how many days the new employee should take at the maximum to complete the task. Like having lunch with the CEO, that's super important. So you have 1 day to complete it. Reading the security policies, not so important. So you have 5 days to complete it. All right, so let's say there is a new employee at the company. So actually, I prepared it in my Jira instance. So there is Emily, she's the new employee at my company. And I will now use Deep Clone to clone this project. So I go to Apps, Your Apps, Deep Clone. Then Project Clone. I select my template project. I type a key and also a name for the project, Onboarding Emily, and then I clone the project. So as I said before, this will clone basically everything there is in the project, like components, versions, the issue types, the workflows. If it's a company managed project, it will clone the schemes, etc. Of course, for today, for the demo, I stayed on a simple example, so we don't have everything shown right now. But you can see I still have here some issue types, notifications, roles, etc. being cloned. So Deep Clone has now cloned the project. I still have to clone the issues in the project. So I will click on Proceed and then fetch the issues of the source projects. So there are a lot of options because Deep Clone is very complex. I don't have the time to go over all of them. But if you want, don't hesitate to get in touch with us. We are always happy to explain a bit more about the app. You can see here, I have six issues that will be cloned, 2 subtasks. And maybe you can remember this employee name placeholder that I want to automatically replace. And Deep Clone has this edit fields feature allowing to edit the fields of the cloned issues. So we'll go ahead and say in the summary of the issues, please replace employee name with Emily. And I will also go ahead and say, please assign all the issues to Emily, because after all, she's the new employee. She has to do all these tasks. And finally, you may remember the days to complete custom field saying how long do I have to complete the tasks. And what would be really cool is to dynamically set the due dates of the cloned issues. For example, the first task, having lunch with the CEO, I have 1 day to complete it. So actually, I want the due date to be tomorrow. And this one, signing code of conduct, I have 2 days to complete it. So I want the due date to be the day after tomorrow, etc. And I'm a lazy person, so I don't want to do it myself. I want Deep Clone to do it for me. So I will just say due date I will use a Jira expression. So Jira expressions are a very powerful framework made available by Atlassian. It's a bit technical, so I won't go too much into details. Just know that it's really, really well documented by Atlassian, and also our support team loves helping customers to write Jira expressions. So if you have a use case in mind, you can contact us and we will help you writing a Jira expression for the use case. But as you can see, the different due dates are set, like for the having lunch with the CEO story, the due date will be March 29, which is tomorrow, because I have one day to complete it. And we are done with the example. So we'll just clone the 8 issues of the onboarding projects. 8 issues is not so much for deep clone because we support up to 100,000 issues cloned at a time, which is sometimes useful when you are cloning whole instances, etc. So we are almost done. All right, I will close this window. I will go to projects. And I now have my new project, Onboarding Emily. It looks a lot like the first one, of course. That's, I guess, the idea of a clone. Even the background color is the same because we clone all the settings, etc. And you can see, for example, the assignee is Emily for all the issues. The key, obviously, is the one I specified, and the due dates are set accordingly as I wanted. All right, that would be it for the demo. Thanks, everyone, and good luck for the next presenters. Thanks a lot.